Welcome to Divine Downloads, the show where you get both the spiritual and the strategic guidance you need to create a life that lights you up. I'm your host and spiritual mentor, Cassandra, and this is your intuitive energy forecast for this new moon in Cancer on July 20th, 2020. And I'm going to do it a little bit differently today because I've already been doing this, but I haven't been exactly saying it, right? I'm going to give you a little bit of astrology, but what we're really doing today is we're tapping in to source energy. We're tapping into the universe, God, divine energy, and allowing whatever messages you need to hear, the specific, beautiful, divine beings that are going to be listening to this podcast. There is a message in here for you, and so we open it up, we open the space so that the mic is not just mine, but also Source and all of our divine support squad can share. We're also going to pull a couple cards to see what comes through. I'm excited to try this, and let me know, of course, on Instagram in the comments. Let me know if you like this new format. So let's talk new moon in Cancer. Astrology right now is just insane. It's crazy, and that's also, I think, part of the reason why I want to do this new format, because the intention and the purpose of these videos and these podcasts are really to give you the messages you need to move forward powerfully. They're not to scare you or disempower you, or make you feel helpless about what's going on in the world. We all are conscious and aware of what is happening in the world, and we're seeing a lot of shadow come up right now, a lot, and it's intense for us highly sensitive people to sit with, and we're dealing with a lot of shadow that is not just our own shadow, which has been coming up, because as we see things happen in the world, we also feel them happen in our personal lives. But we're seeing a lot of what's going on in the world that has been going on for decades and decades and decades, really coming up to the surface now, so that we have to deal with it. So this Cancer new moon, I feel like, kind of rides in to come to our emotional sanity, stability rescue, right? Cancer is that mothering, nourishing energy, but it also is connected to our deep sense of security and safety, and our feelings, right? And our well-being, our moods, right? And so what this new moon is calling us to do, and we've had a lot of Cancer energy, a lot of Cancer moons, so you can tell that this is, in a way, the planet's way of setting you up to be able to navigate a new world. Be able to navigate a new world that might be a little bit more tricky than you've experienced before. And so this moon is really asking us to look at, what do we need to support ourselves? What do we need to allow ourselves to feel nourished, to feel taken care of, and really looking at the moon sign. What is your moon in? I'm a Capricorn moon. So for instance, what that means, you think about Capricorn likes structure, likes work, likes, outward goal achieving and whatnot, likes things organized and tempered. And so an idea of what that would look like would be, for Capricorn moon, it's knowing that, my work is always going to be a sense of stability for me. It's grounding for me. I get nourishment from seeing a professional goal and achieving it, right? From being in the energy of my work. Also on just a structural level, structure is something that is going to support my emotional well-being. So whether that is knowing that on Mondays I do a podcast, and on Wednesdays I do my clients, whether that is setting up a regular routine where I go to the gym at a certain time and I meditate at a certain time and I walk the dog at a certain time. Structure is something that will will really benefit my emotional needs. And so looking at that for you, what is your moon sign? And if you need to go get a chart, you can just type in free birth chart. Astro Cafe Astrology does just quick and easy birth charts, and you can look at what your moon sign is. And literally, again, just Google, what does moon in Pisces mean, or what does moon in Scorpio mean? A lot of you guys actually have asked me recently about, I want to know more about astrology. How do I learn more about astrology? I don't necessarily want to become an astrologer. And I relate. I consider myself not an astrologer. I'm someone just has always loved astrology, and I think it's so much more powerful, in my opinion, just to get relationships with the different planets and what they stand for and what their personality is, the different signs, what are their personalities, the different conjunctions. But start with just the planets and the signs, and then the houses, right? And start learning that if that's something that's interesting to you. And you can start right now by investigating your own. So investigate your moon sign. Investigate, where do you have Cancer in your chart? And those will give you hints as to where this moon is going to hit you specifically. But like I said, check out your moon sign, and also just check in with yourself. Astrology is just a reflection of the truth of who we really are, right? And so if you're honoring who you truly are, you probably know the things that you need that give you that sense of emotional security. I know that for me, I know that I feel so much, I'm happier, I feel so much better when I'm on a good work schedule, when I'm doing something that feels productive, right? And so often we can feel bad about that, right? I think there is a guilt level associated with that, because there's a lot of, especially in the spiritual world, of being like, oh, you shouldn't derive validation from work. And there's a difference between that and also just knowing that we're all going to have different inclinations, right? So, for instance, if you're a Taurus, you're going to if you have a Taurus moon, you're going to get your emotional nourishment and stability from, having, a very nice environment, right? Having nice furniture, having a home that feels really beautiful to you, getting out into nature and being able to ground. This is just part of your cosmic personality, and chances are you already know these things. So honoring the things that you know about yourself and really reflecting on this moon, what do I need to shift in my life? What do I need to add? What do I need to create to give myself that security and that soul nourishment, so that I have really a structure in my life that's going to sustain me through whatever waves may come my way, whatever weather may come my way, right? And you're already noticing that, obviously, in the past 6 months. We've had a lot of turbulent, quote unquote, weather come our way. And so in these past 6 months, we've really had a crash course in figuring out, okay, how am I able to find peace in the chaos? How am I able to ground myself when I'm in the eye of the storm? And if you haven't yet, this Cancer new moon is saying, okay, it's time, let's get it together, because it's not gonna get easier, it's not gonna let up, but you can become stronger and better and grounded and more peaceful amidst whatever is going on in your life. Your life is always going to have stuff going on. The world's always going to have stuff going on, but you can control how you can show up for it. So this Cancer new moon is also, like I said, the opposite of that, or the going along with that. It's going to reveal issues that you might have with your self-worth, with your self-care, with your family, with feeling nourished and supported. And these are really coming to the surface. And I'm going to encourage you to not use the Mars and Aries energy here. Don't get volatile. Don't fight. Don't go to that space, but instead use this as a productive, like, red flag, essentially. Oh, wow, I'm noticing that this isn't serving me, or this isn't working right now. It's really obvious, right? And ask yourself, how how could I change this so that it worked for me? And maybe that is letting go of a situation. Maybe that is shifting something. But it could be as simple as saying, oh, okay, actually, this would work for me if I had this structure. Or this would work for me if we planned it out this way. Or this would work for me if we did it in a different environment, right? Really getting to know yourself and being honest to rig your life in a way that nourishes you. So, all that to say that why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we going to set these intentions? Why are we going to shift things in our lives to feel more soul nourishment, to feel more supported and secure? Well, it's not just because how, of course it's awesome to feel supported and secure, but it's also because Cancer shows us there's real power in our emotions, that we can really affect change with our emotions. We can use a lot of our intensity in our emotions, whether it's joy or sadness, to create change in our lives, to manifest things into our lives, to call things into our lives. And when we can emote in a safe way, when we can create the structures so that we feel happier on a more frequent basis, or even when we do have those, sad days or frustrated days, we have that container that holds us within it so that we can truly use those emotions as a catalyst to create our life. So let's just pull some angel cards and see what do the angels have to elaborate on this message, and what do they want to tell you guys. This one's popping up. So the first thing is the 8 of Raphael. This comes up and it says, there is something better waiting for you. Ooh, do what you know is right for you. Sorry, I dropped it there. There you go. And I love this. This is really, I think, goes along with what we were saying about the things that are going to reveal themselves, right? There are going to be things that come up that you're just going to know, this doesn't work for me. This maybe hasn't been working for me, but now it's so obvious that you're going to have to let it go so that you can find a better solution or transform it. And so don't be afraid of it. I think sometimes we can get really afraid of letting things go. Maybe it's, a job you have. Maybe it's a responsibility you took on. Maybe it's, maybe you were trying to do a certain workout and it's just really, you just really don't like it. It's not working for you. Let it go, because when we let it go, we open up the space for us to find something that's more aligned. And sometimes it truly does take that releasing of it and a little space for us to find the thing that's even better for us. Let's see. The next one is the 8 of Ariel. Oh, I like this one. It's take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. So this is also coming through to let you know, find how can you support yourself within your work, right? Take pride in what you do and take it seriously. I feel like that's the card of being like, really show up for what you want to show up for. Really, if you're going to put yourself to a task, allow yourself to be invested in it. And if some of you guys are feeling disenchanted with your work because you've been working from home, or you've just been distracted with other things in the world, so you just haven't had that excitement or intensity in your work, get back to asking yourself, how can I deliver a higher level of excellence? How can I really create work or work for someone in a way that I'm proud of? And if that, inspires you to get further education or just to dive deep into researching something more, that's really going to give you some nourishment at this moon. And finally, the 7 of Gabriel. Ooh, stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence and claim your personal power. So this tells me that there are going to be some things that are going to be coming up right now where you're really going to have to stand your ground. You're going to have to set those boundaries. This might be around one of those things when you start discovering what you need to nourish yourself. This might be taking the time for yourself. This is going to be a portal of you really having to step up to say, I need some time to do the things that are going to nurture me. And I know better than anyone else what that is and how much time I need and whatever it is. And standing in that, standing in your truth, standing in your power, claiming it. Don't allow other people right now to tell you what's best for you. And so in that way, you're going to have to be courageous. You're going to have confidence. And that's going to be a really beautiful initiation for you. It's going to set the stage for part of the new intentions of what this new moon is, of really moving forward into a future where you have designed a life that truly supports you, that truly lights you up. And that is going to anchor you. So you can show up better for everyone in the world when you do that. And so all of that being said, really take some time, this week as you're feeling this energy and journal on what do I really need to feel the emotional support and security and the nourishment, the deep, deep, deep nourishment, right? What's going to feel good? Cancer is, is feeling good and being a leader from that place of feeling good and honoring your needs and honoring what's nourishing for you. And so I'm going to, for this moon, record for you a divine spa meditation. So I'm going to record a guided workshop, as I always do, with a guided meditation that's truly you going into a heavenly spa where you're going to get to talk to your angels and your guides and your highest self, your soul, and really find out what do you need. You're going to receive a lot of healing and a lot of nourishment from the meditation alone by connecting to those divine support squad of yours, but you're also going to get some insights as to what are the practical things that you can shift in your life. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to offer it for free right now, especially because we have the virtual retreat coming up. You can click below and get that. And for those of you that are curious about my Clarity, Miracles, and Momentum retreat, it is definitely kicking off right off the energy of this new moon in Cancer and asking you essentially to put your soul on the calendar. Are you willing to take a week of your time and invest in yourself, a weekend, excuse me. It's a Friday evening and then Saturday and Sunday next week. And it's really a time where we can come together, we can gather as spiritual divine beings ready to up level, ready to jump to the next trajectory for our lives and be in ritual and meditation and doing the work. It's going to be both the spiritual, energetic healing work. We are going to clear out fears on a deep, deep cellular level as well as in your energy field. We're going to move a lot of stuff to get you into clarity and momentum towards what this next level looks like for you. Remember, we're creating a new earth, not only for this planet, but we're creating a new earth as in we're creating a new earth for ourselves, right? We're creating that new trajectory, that new timeline, that new level of what we're going to be experiencing on. And so much of the intense energy of the planets and on this planet is a catalyst, right? We can utilize this energy just when we think about anxiety versus excitement, right? It's the same excess of energy, except one is a positive way of utilizing it and one of it is fear's way of using it, right? So similarly, we have an excess of energy on the planet right now, and it can be utilized for fear or for love, right? And so this weekend is really you stepping up and saying, I'm ready to catalyze this energy. I'm not going to be unconscious. I'm not just going to kind of, keep on surviving. I'm ready to thrive. I'm ready to leap. I'm ready to get really, really clear, have a game plan, do some of the deep work, and launch myself into this next level of my life. So I hope to see you there. It's going to be just an incredible weekend virtually of all of us at home really diving deep and doing the work. So click the link below. You can check out more information about that. And as always, please share this with a girlfriend, share this with anyone that you think needs this message right now, needs this information about this new moon. And I appreciate all of your support and your love for Divine Downloads. Mwah. Thank you guys.